Live from historic Fenway Park in Boston, the show brings you a matchup of division rivals. It's the New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox. With my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Sciambi. Well, Singy, when you consider the top hitters' ballparks in the sport, this has got to be one of them.
I'll say this. Pitchers have to stay with their game. They can't look over their shoulder and think, I have to be fine and perfect on every pitch. Continue to pitch to your strengths, and you'll come out of here with a good outing.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just about set to go now. Today's starting pitcher, Kutter Crawford. What do you have on him?
Well, no doubt about it. He's going to have to put together some consistently good performances in order to bring that ERA down. Now, he's got good stuff. He's just got to be able to have confidence, trust it, and really go after hitters. Not nibble. Trust that his stuff can have late life and miss barrels of bats.
And a strike to Gleyber.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Gleyber gets a piece, 1 and 2. And the right-hander deals. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 1 away.
Well, that slider down and away, it's just kind of a slow death. With 2 strikes, you're looking to protect, and halfway to the plate, you know you've committed, and you know you're going to have no chance of touching it. Tell you what, sometimes you just have to tip your cap.
Alex Verdugo in the box now. No balls and a strike. Swing and a drive, deep right field. Can't get to it as it drops into the corner.
That play looks routine defensively, but with all of the little nooks, it can get real tricky down in the corner. Kept it to a long single. Nice defensive play.
Judge in his 8th season, 31 years old, and he's a former Rookie of the Year. And that one clips the corner.
He's a bad ball hitter, so even if you get him to chase pitches outside the zone, he still might beat you. Not an easy out by any means.
Swings and misses. Now 2 out.
It gets talked about a lot, but a good high fastball in a 3-strike situation, it's just become such a problem for hitters in more recent years. But with all of the emphasis by pitchers on developing that spin rate, having a good grip on the baseball, those high fastballs, they kind of look like to the hitter that they're rising, even though they're not, but they're not decreasing in velocity and spin rate, so very difficult to get the barrel on it.
Two outs. That one drilled left field. Yoshida going back, and it's caught just in front of the wall. The Yanks lead 1, and now the Red Sox get their turn. No score. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. And we're back. And getting the start, Nestor Cortes Jr. And Singy, it's unique these days, but he's more of a pitch-to-contact type of guy.
Yeah, Boogie, he doesn't rely too heavily on the strikeout. He knows he needs to miss barrels, get some soft contact, let the defense do work behind him. And I think a guy like that can keep a good tempo, don't give hitters time to adjust or think. They can move through a ball game, and you look up, they're in line for a quality start. We'll see what he's got in this one.
The wind of the pitch. And a foul ball. That one just misses. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
It's a good take.
Yeah, that skips in the dirt. Next pitch is outside. Right through there, got him. 1 out.
Well, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it, thinking it might be a ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
Vaughn Grissom, the next to hit, takes ball 1. On the ground, and it goes just foul. 1-1 now. And that one in the air center field. Judge is there. Puts it away for the out. And there's 2 down. Check out the Red Sox lineup. And something they've talked about needing to improve on moving forward is their ability to apply consistent pressure, Chris. Right now, it's not a club that gets on base enough.
And sometimes, Boog, you just need a guy to go up there and grind out an at-bat, maybe have 11, 12 pitches, and all of a sudden guys get fired up in the dugout, and they want to do the same thing. And before you know it, you start to get base runners on, and you get a big hit. And
makes the grab, and that's the inning. Red Sox go down quietly, scoreless after one. Back here in Boston, here's the catcher, Austin Wells. Crawford back to work. That one missed. And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. Durant going back to the warning track, makes the catch.
Thought that was a no-doubter. I think the wind was holding that in this ballpark.
Right side. O'Neill getting an angle on it. 2 away.
Fell off to a great start. He's really cruising out there on the mound. He's got a chance to get through these first 2 innings with under 20 pitches. That could set him up to go deep into this game.
Ripped on a line. Durant makes the grab on the run. Back in Boston, bottom of the second. And now the veteran third baseman, Rafael Devers. Singy, you can't ask for anything more. This guy checks all the boxes offensively.
He is the ultimate professional, and it doesn't just start at game time. It starts in the afternoon, the way he prepares and gets ready for the ball game. I tell you what, his teammates feed off of the leadership that he shows on and off the field.
Strike 2.
The pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge. Just changing planes and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
Yeah, that's outside. Ball 1. And Devers hits that one. Judge makes the play. 1 away. Now the rookie second baseman, Ceddanne Rafaela. And that's in there for strike 1. Hit on the ground to the right side. And foul ball.
Man, he'd like to have that pitch back.
0-0 here in the bottom of the second. Going to count 1-2. And that one is lifted in the air. Judge has it sized up. Makes the grab. And there's 2 away.
Batting good. The first base.
Here's Bobby Dahlbeck. Swings through that one. 0-1.
Well, the key to his success is getting ahead early in the count. He cannot afford to go deep in the counts. Doesn't have a ton of swing and miss stuff, so he's going to have to work efficiently.
2 outs, base is empty. Ball 1 there. Chopped left side. LeMahieu whips it to first on the run. And that ends the inning. 1-2-3 go the Red Sox. We'll move to the third with no score. Back now at Fenway. Well, here we go. Top of the third, scoreless game. And now, Oswaldo Cabrera. The pitch. In the air, left field. Sizing this one up. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's 1 away. Now it's Chase Peterson. Fastball for a strike.
0-1's the count.
Next pitch is downstairs. One down, base is empty. Line to left. That's a base hit.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Righty delivers. In the air, fairly deep to right field. Sizes this one up. O'Neill makes the grab. Here's Alex Verdugo. Just missed.
Ball one, no strike.
Right through there for a strike. 2 outs. Just missed. Runner on the move. There's a ball. Go to second. And that'll end the inning.
They'll try to get in the scoring position, but a great catch and throw to end the inning. That's the way to pick up the pitcher.
Back inside Fenway Park. And now the right fielder, Tyler O'Neill. As he turns on the rubber, and with that good live arm delivers. Out there to center. Judge is under it. Makes the catch, and there's one gone.
Batting in. The shortstop.
Here's Trevor Story. Swing and a pop-up. Jones settles underneath it and makes the grab. And there's 2 away.
Batting up. The catcher.
And here's the catcher, Mark Colesbury. Good power, not great in the OBP department. Clips the outside corner, strike 1.
That's excellent location on the fastball right there early in this game. If he can do that all game, should be a good outing for him.
Judge tracks it down for the out. On to the 4th, still scoreless. Back here at Fenway, now the number 2 hitter, Alex Verdugo. The right-hander back to work. Pounding ball here, rolls foul. Verdugo in his 6th season, 27 years old, and he's been on a good run at the plate, hitting over 300 in his last 10 games. He'll do it himself. Leadoff hitter retired in the 4th. Here is Aaron Judge. Scoreless here, but now he's got to deal with a guy who's got some power. Got to be careful when you're talking about a hitter with this type of slug and these type of home run totals. Fastball for a strike.
Well, in terms of hitting rocket home runs, Judge is near the top of that list. Only Giancarlo Stanton has hit more with greater exit velocity than Judge. Look out, though. Shohei is quickly climbing those charts.
One gone, runner at first. Now here's the Yankees cleanup hitter, Juan Soto. The pitch. That's in for a strike at 95. 0-2. On the ground, right side, and that's just foul. 4th inning underway, no score. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. And next for New York, Austin Wells. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. Swing and a miss.
0-1.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
Foul ball there. All tied up here in game 1 of this 3-game set. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Judge around second. The throw in. Close play, but in there.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
LeMahieu in the box now. Takes strike one.
0-1's the count.
2 outs, 2 in scoring position. Top half of inning number 4. Hit hard, that gets through. 1 runs in to the plate, and he's out. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. But they push across 1 run on 3 hits. And we're back here at Fenway Park, bottom 4. Now here's the Red Sox leadoff hitter, Jarren Duran. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. And strike 2.
2 strikes to a guy who's already 0 for 1 with the punch out. The only guy in the lineup with that strikeout. But you can't get too relaxed. You still got to make good pitches to get him out.
Next pitch misses, and the count 1-2. Swings through it for the K. Slider got him for strike 3.
Very frustrating right there as a speedy potential base runner. With 2 strikes, you just struggle to put the ball in play. You don't even have to get a hit at that point. You can help your team just by reaching on an error. But some way, you got to find a way to shorten up the swing and put the ball in play next time.
The throw to first. Already 2 gone here in the home 4th. And stepping in for Boston, Masataka Yoshida. He's 0 for 1. To the right side. Throws to first in time. Red Sox go 1-2-3. Nothing doing. We go to the top of the 5th. And stepping in for the Yankees, Jahmai Jones. Crawford back to work. That one catches the zone. It's 0-1.
It's amazing to look up and see 88 miles per hour on that changeup. Back in the day, that was a pretty good fastball. But with high velocities these days, that speed differential is right where it needs to be.
Struck him out looking.
Away, away, away. Clearly that was the plan right there. He just wasn't able to put it in play. And that should tell you something as a hitter. Sometimes you're a little too conscious of the inside pitch and you're not able to cover that outside part of the plate. So clearly some adjustments to be made next time.
Cabrera batting with 1 down, takes a strike. Popped up to the left into foul ground. Colesbury squeezes it, 2 away down. And now the first baseman, Jace Peterson. That clips the inside corner for a strike.
0-1's the count.
On the ground right side, and it's through for a hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
A couple of hits in a row for him here. Just one of those seeing eye base hits through the infield. He just kind of rolled over on it a little bit, but sometimes those can find a hole and get you a knock.
Torres in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. And that chance handled, and that'll do it. 1 left for the Yankees, but they're on top 1-0. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Devers now. He's a guy who does it all with the lack of contact in today's game. This guy is for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on-base and slugging too. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Early in the count, you have to be real careful because of that power. But then if this hitter gets a strike or 2 on him, he's still very comfortable. And because he has the ability to get the barrel to the baseball, he's a threat deep into the count as well.
Next pitch in for a strike, and the count 1-1. And a pitch. Chopped to the right side. Peterson steps on first for the out. Ceddanne Rafaela will hit next. That's out to center field. Judge is there. And he makes the catch. And there are 2 outs.
Now
Next is the speedy first baseman, Bobby Dalbec. 0 for 1 so far. And that's in for a strike.
Well, he's looking great so far. It helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
Up the middle. Dives, and he can't hang on. He decides to hold on to it, and they catch a break as they get a base runner at first.
Now
that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. Fielder got a piece of it, but the way that thing came off the bat, no surprise at all. He couldn't pick it cleanly. It's a very difficult play, and that swing definitely was deserving of a hit.
O'Neill takes a ball as he stands in for the second time. Dalbec, the runner at first with 2 gone. That one the other way, and that should be extra bases. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He scores to tie it up. It's 1-1.
Picks himself up at RBI. I love the approach he had right there with that pitch. Not trying to do too much, but still looking to drive it, and that's exactly what he's able to do into the opposite field gap for the double. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
And that one fouled off. 1 run across in the frame so far. Last half of inning number 5. Flips the corner, and that is strike 2.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit's probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
And that just misses. Strike 3, got him swinging. Inning over, and it could have been worse.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
All set for the top of the 6th. Here's the left fielder, Alex Verdugo. The line to kick the pitch. That one finds the zone. Strike 1.
You know, these Yankees, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. Chasing pitches has been a big part of the story. We've seen it quite a bit today. It's been tough for them to make contact at times, and it just doesn't look like they're seeing it very well as a group.
1 ball.
And 1-2.
And on the mound, you know confidence has to be pretty high with all of the swings and misses. He's had them eaten out of the palm of his hand pretty much all game.
Gets a piece and stays alive. The line to kick in the 1-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. Foul ball still, a 1-2 count. Struck him out.
Got away with that curveball, no doubt about it. It passed right through the heart of the strike zone, and he just couldn't get the bat on it. When you strike out on one like that, that's when you start having conversations with yourself, and they're not usually very friendly.
Judge in the box again, takes a strike. Just missed. One down, base is empty. In the air, center field. Duran drifts towards it and puts the squeeze on that one. 2 down. Juan Soto now. Right through there for a strike.
This game has been so tight. Feels like the next team to score will win it.
And the curve is down and in. And a pitch. Foul ball. 2 down, nobody on. And we're in the top half of the 6th. Fouls it off, still 1-2. And the righty deals. Fights that one away. Still 1-2. 2 down. Nobody on. This one chopped to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Offense held in check there. 9-1-2 scheduled to hit in the home half of the 6th. All tied 1-1. Bottom of the 6th inning, and now the catcher comes up to hit. Mark Colesberry.
You know, these Red Sox just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. Just one extra base hit for them, so they haven't exactly been hitting the ball gap to gap or out of the park. That makes it really difficult to generate runs.
Close one, doesn't get the call, and the count is 1-2. Line drive, makes the catch, 1 down.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting the line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Little bouncer out in front of the plate. Throws to first. 2 up, 2 down.
A designated hitter, number 5.
Now here's the Red Sox DH, Vaughn Grissom.
Well, on the mound, very efficient, able to produce an outcome, it seems like, within the 3rd or 4th pitch of just about every at-bat.
It really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
That one almost got him.
2 strikes.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count.
He's done a great job getting the first 2 outs. Want to get this number 2 hitter, get back in the dugout to face 3, 4, 5 next inning.
The pitch. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. And a 1-2 again. Out towards left center. Verdugo gets under it. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. We go to the top of the 7th. And so the Red Sox go to the bullpen. Brian Bayo. He has a great slider with tons of movement. And here it comes. And a foul ball. Bayo, in his 2nd season, 24 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. Right through there for a strike. That one to first. He handles it himself, and they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th. Now it's LeMahieu up to hit. To third, Devers. Zips it to first, and a couple of quick outs. Here's Jahmai Jones.
Good late bite on that slider. Got the hitter out in front, rolled over on it. Exactly what he was supposed to do.
That's in there. Strike 1. All tied up here in the top half of inning number 7. On the inside corner for a strike.
2 strikes.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Here comes the pitch. On the ground, right side. Over to Dahlbeck. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Yanks held in check. Score remains deadlocked at 1. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. So stepping in for Boston, Masataka Yoshida.
And still looking for that hit to keep this streak going. And this might be his last shot at it, Boo.
And he deals. That one fouled off. And he grounds one to the right side. Slings to first, one away. Big time out leading off the home seven. Rafael Devers up to hit.
He's a big, strong guy, can untie this game with one swing.
And a strike in there.
He's controlling things out there on the mound, not messing around at all. He's been in attack mode since the very start.
Fly ball, pretty well struck right field. That's back there. Forget it. His 37th homer of the year. It's 2-1.
Fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient, waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
One out, base is empty. Ceddanne Rafaela now at the plate. And he grounds one back up the middle. A dive, he's got it. Nicely done for the out.
What an acrobatic play right there. Knocks it down, throws from the seat of his pants, and just looks like he's playing in the backyard. He makes it look really easy.
2 outs, base is empty. And next for the Red Sox, Bobby Dalbec. That one finds the zone, and that is strike one. 2 down, base is empty, but 1 run across here at the bottom of the 7th. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. The Red Sox pick up a run on the homer, and it's now a 2-1 ball game. And we're back. Got a batter now, Oswaldo Cabrera. A wind and a pitch. The other way. Nice grab.
Great hops right there, Bird. He timed it just right to bring that liner down, and he saved him out.
And up next for New York, Jace Peterson. Fouled off. He was late. Trying to hold a 1-run lead, and we're at the top of the 8th. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2.
And he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
In the air out to center, Duran has this one sized up, and that quickly 2 away. So the batting order turns over. Here's Gleyber Torres. 0 for 3, a fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. And a good eye there. Holding on to a 1-run lead here in game 1 of this 3-game set. Hard hit left side. Tosses to first, and Gleyber Torres retired, and that is the inning. So the Yanks go in order, and they trail it here 2-1. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Scott Effross.
And one thing on him, he's been really good this season at keeping the ball in the park. Not an easy guy to take deep.
Here's Tyler O'Neill, 1 for 2.
The right field, Tyler O'Neill.
And a pitch. Ripped towards third. And that's one away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th. Story stands in now and watches strike one. Activity in the bullpen for the Yankees. Ron Marinaccio appears to be getting loose. Ferguson, a left-hander, also throwing. The 0-1. Line drive to short and caught.
That'll drive you crazy as a hitter if you let it. I mean, he couldn't have hit that ball more on the screws than he did, and yet he's got nothing to show for it. Hang with him. I know the feeling.
Colesbury now in the box. Comes up empty with a swing there. Soft contact in the air. Makes the play, and it's out number 3. Down and we go to the. So they turn to the veteran pitcher in this spot, Chris Martin.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Pitch. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
0-1's the count.
Line drive, base hit. And the tying run is on with a leadoff single.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on.
Oh, this one high and deep, way back there. And it's off the wall. Verdugo around second. Here comes the runner. The relay to the plate, the tag, and he's safe.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. Soto in the box now, takes strike 1. And that one fouled off.
He's falling behind in a huge spot, Boog. Got to do what it takes to come through. Maybe choke up on the bat a little bit, spread out those feet, whatever it takes.
And he takes it himself for the out.
Not a bad outcome in that spot. The runner moves up to third, and now they have a chance to drive in the go-ahead run. It's not enough, but at the end of the day, it's a good at-bat.
Wells in the box now, takes strike 1. Fall off foul. Got him looking. Huge strikeout there.
Big strikeout right there, and that kind of takes the pressure off the defense a bit. Infield was in, so now they can move back, give themselves more time on the grounder to make a play. A lot more ways to work out of this and strand that runner at third now.
Yeah, there's the strike.
Well, if he's going to do something special right here, it's going to have to happen with 2 strikes.
Kicks and fires. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. And the pitch. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
He's gone off speed. He needs to elevate here with 2 strikes out of the zone.
Foul ball still 0-2.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
Trying to keep this a 2-2 game here at the top of the 9th. Foul ball, it stays 0-2. Right-handed reliever. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. 2 outs. Slice to right, and it stays fair. In to score from third. And in the 9th, they take the lead. A perfect example right there. That plate discipline, it pays off.
The deeper he gets into a count, the more comfortable he becomes, and he usually wins the battle.
Jones in the box now. No balls and a strike. On the ground to third. Whips it across, and the inning is over. They get 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1. Back now, and on the mound, the closer, Clay Holmes. And he's done a great job keeping the ball in the park this year. The numbers stack up with some of the best in the game. And a pitch. That's to third. Zips it across, and they get the leadoff man in the 9th.
That's why you hug the lines on the corners late in a ball game like this. Positioned perfectly.
And stepping in for Boston, Vaughn Grissom. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a ground out. There's a strike at the knees, and it's 0-1. Crowd locked in right now. 1-run game here in the 9th. That one finds the zone, That's strike 2.
All right, now, he may have not liked either of those first 2 pitches or agreed with the umpire's calls, but at this point, he's going to have to bear down and be ready to hit anything close to the zone.
Slamming a ground ball to the middle. That's a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Well, that at-bat had a lot riding on it. Certainly a pivotal swing of the bat in this ball game. Once you get the ball by the bench, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Now here is Masataka Yoshida. Right through there for a strike.
If you're a base runner, you've got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get in the scoring position.
And fouled off.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
At the belt and fires. Hit on the ground, might be 2. Steps on the bag for 1. That's a double play. The ball game is over.
In our game, this team had to battle with that 10th man. Those fans making a lot of noise, but they took the lead in the 9th inning, quieted things down. They were able to get those final 3 outs in the bottom half as well. Just a very well-executed ball game.
3-2 the final score for Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding